best site in the world for wild salmon in particular. And so what this points out is the critical importance of determining the single most important keyword in your business, and not only determining the single most important keyword in your business, but having a set of rules, I call them conceptual boundaries, for deciding how far out does that archery target go. Because once you have that, and you know the single most important keyword in your business, and you know the 6 or 7 most important keywords that surround it that are likely to make you the most money. In other words, when you've decided on the fewest number of keywords that are likely to make you the most money, you can do all sorts of things to study the conversations on those keywords. I mean, you can go over to twitter.com. Actually, if you go to search.twitter.com, and you can type in, waiting for it to come up for a second, you could type in wild salmon, and if you search twitter.com, you can start to see the live conversations that people are typing into their cell phones, and they call this tweeting to one another. So you can start to capture the language patterns around that conversation, and that becomes phenomenal fodder for your sales letters and gives you all types of ideas for how you're going to market to those people. You can track over time, you can track which of the paid ads, these ads on the right hand side are Adwords paid ads, which I'm sure you know. You can see which ones are most consistently present, so you know which competitors are doing best. And out of the maybe 100 competitors that you see in Google, well, now you'll know which ones to follow, because you'll know which ones are consistently present on your single most important keyword. See, and that's how you figure out how you're going to reverse engineer these people in a meaningful, reasonable, tolerable way. Because otherwise, you go to thousands of keywords, and literally I've seen people trying to optimize for thousands of keywords, or hundreds, which is equally as unmanageable. And you don't know which competitors to go after. And nothing really makes sense, and you don't develop a unique selling proposition specific to that hyper-focused targeted market. So the very first thing that you're going to need to do in order to get focused on hyper-responsive marketing is figure out your single most important keyword, the fewest keywords that will make you the most money surrounding that keyword based on very clearly defined conceptual boundaries. Now, if you want to know exactly how I do this, I'm going to send you over to a site called glensentme.com, and there's a little membership club where you can watch me do it step by step. But let me just give you a hint about the 3 criteria that are important. The first one is relevance, because as we talked about, if you're marketing wild salmon, maybe 100% of the prospects coming through wild salmon will be qualified prospects, whereas only 50% coming through the word salmon or even less. The second one is volume. As we saw, there's 3 million searches on salmon. I've changed the page here on salmon per se, but there's only 50,000 on wild salmon. So you've got this trade-off, and you need to consider both. And in my site, I'll show you a way to put that together. And then you've also got monetizability, and you can get at that rudimentarily at the Google traffic tool and the Google traffic estimator. If you were to type in salmon and then just type in salmon. There's better ways to do this, but for lack of a better purpose, let's put in the United States here. Okay, and you can get a sense of approximately what it's going to cost to bid for those keywords. And this is wildly inaccurate, so we're talking about a relative sense when you're looking for your single most important keyword. There's another post which I'll link to on the blog that will get you the more specific answer if you want to do that. And so volume, monetizability, and relevance are the 3 criteria you want to consider when you're choosing your single most important keyword. And I'd encourage you all to go have a look at glensentme.com, glensentme.com, if you would like to learn more. And of course, I will be teaching you more in these free audios and videos as we go forward. Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye.